right, we waiting on Big Face. I thought he was about to come in, but looks like he left out. Let's give him 1 second. There he goes. All right, let's add him real quick, and then we're gonna intro it in. And all right, let's run this little intro. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, let me get straight too, because I ain't straight. Yeah.
All right, so we got DJ Zesta, Illzee, we got Mr. J, and we got Big Face, and I'm the one and only Paul Masson. Mr. Jones didn't make it. I guess he had some other obligations and whatnot. Big Face just went out again. Basically, we're gonna do it a little different this time. I'm gonna have this little we're gonna have this little 3-minute timer that's gonna pop up in this corner right here. As you see the 3-minute timers. So we'll have that whenever we go through and somebody starts talking. That way we don't go too much over and whatnot. And here goes Big Face back with us.
Yo, so Jones told me, I was on the phone with him like 30 minutes ago. He said he's gonna definitely on. So you sure he ain't having technical difficulties or something?
Man, I don't know, man. He didn't text me or nothing.
I just got on the phone with him like 10, 15 minutes ago. Was on the phone with him for like 20 minutes. He definitely was in.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if he comes in, we'll come in.
Yeah, let me hit him.
Because I thought honestly, I thought we weren't starting until 7:30, or am I wrong? Was it 7?
7, because Z be having to get ready for work around 8.
Oh shit! I've been sitting here bullshitting. I've had it on for like 45 minutes. I was bullshitting. You know what I mean? Like, my bad for sure. For real.
I try to skate out at about 8, but I'm here for the conversation.
Absolutely.
Fucking Fayetteville rap politics. You know what I'm saying? Shit, that's my shit.
I want to get into this one though. We're old heads, right?
Allegedly.
Wise heads.
Young old.
Okay, we'll go with wise heads. Who
wise guys?
Who do we blame it for this generational disconnect in hip hop? That's definitely there now. That wasn't there when we were coming up. Like, giving homage and shouting cats out and things of that nature. Man, I don't hear no more.
I wouldn't say this. I mean, we hated fucking the R&B, man. Back in our day, it was like, man, R&B is whack. Hip hop is where it's at, and so now it's like they like, man, that boom bap shit is whack. The trap is where it's at. So I mean, it's like, the youth is gonna have their own way of doing things, but I think the disrespect is invalid though. Like, we should respect each other's like differences and shit. Or respect the youth because they come from a different world. They're born into some new shit, and the style of music we may not like dig it, but it's their thing. You know what I'm saying? We can respect it. That we were at one time we're young and we had a style that the adults didn't appreciate. But to say hip hop is just youth culture. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I've heard that a lot lately.
Yeah, it comes from youth culture, but it's not. It's 50 years old.
Well, let's be real about it. I mean, we the only subgenre that has a birthday. Rock and roll don't be celebrating birthdays.
Yeah,
they don't celebrate birthdays. Pop don't celebrate birthdays. Here we go. We want to date ourselves. We like to date ourselves. But I mean, I think that's changing. Another generation or so, you'll see your 45-year-old platinum selling artist still, because just like rock and roll, you'll see the classic hip hop station take over, hip hop podcast, hip hop playlist take over, just like classic rock stations gave them life in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, you think about it, like the generation that got the money to spend on the tickets.
I blame us, of course.
That's us. I'm saying, like, Ice-T was just saying on Twitter the other day, he let us see all of the old greats on tour and get money, even though, what I'm saying, I heard some rumors from the Masters of the Mic show in Wilmington. They said Rakim was disappointed, man. They said it was a letdown. Did you see that?
I see it.
What happened? What happened?
Was it the turnout?
Nah, my man Jay, he was like, man, he came out and he did some songs from the Masters. Like, he didn't even get around to he did a lot of songs that wasn't like his hits. You know what I'm saying? And they let him close, and he said a lot of people was walking out because it was like, you got your hits. Give us the hits. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't
absolutely. At this point in his career, that's what he should be giving them. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah, he came out with some songs from the master.
Mr. Masson, Paul, to your question, though, I blame us, just like I blame parents for kids. I mean, we were disconnected for a long time from the hip hop youth. We were like, yo, we don't like these cats, these mumble rappers. What this? I've always had a connection with the younger hip hop artists in the Ville. Honestly, man, like I definitely have reached out to cats I thought were dope. I've let motherfuckers know over the years who I thought were dope. I rep, shout out, the cats I rep all the time. But it's our fault a little bit. And even us, we were like, LL's the only one that can make it. LL was the only artist forever that was old and doing something.
Yeah.
When honestly, we left our heroes behind. We stopped buying Nas records. We stopped buying this record. We could still buy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They're still dropping music. You can still go.
It kind of depends on who you ask too. You know what I mean?
I mean, like Lords of Underground, who I personally friends with Mr. Funky and Do, who spend a lot of time in the Ville. They've dropped several albums that are dope, yo. Funk can rap his ass off, yo, and Funk still rap. But
I remember, I think the last Lord's album I caught was Resurrection, and that was like after the deal. It was like the indie record. It had been like 2000, like 99.
Well, actually, check YouTube, because Funky got shit from like 2015 on, 2017, 18, 19, 20, where he just murdering shit.
Yeah. So the artists can keep going. It's appreciated by the people who appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
We got to appreciate it. Well, why is the WNBA don't make no money? Because nobody fucking likes it. That's why.
Yes. So, what do you think, Mr. J?
Yes, Mr. J.
Like I said, it depends on who you ask, because I mean, there's certain artists who reach back. You got your Kendricks, your Coles who reach back, and Kendrick had Kid Capri on his album. He had certain other people on his album. Same thing with Cole. Reach back to certain people. Maybe not necessarily on his album, but he's been on other people's albums. He was on the last. The last official Guru and Premier album.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of this is just kind of like, it's kind of depending on who you ask, what levels you're going to. If you're thinking about the underground, of course, the underground is always going to reach back. If you're talking about commercial may not do that as well, because it's always generated to make money. It's never going to appreciate what's going on.
I love the Instagram, Twitter, fucking TikTok era where, it's some people say it's diluted the art, but at the same time it's democratized it. It's making it where, talent just come through. You know what I mean? Like, if you dig something, you're gonna like it, and it didn't have to go through no gatekeeper or nothing, no label or no.
Yes, but sorry, I mean to cut you off, but the further on what Mr. J said. You know what I'm saying? Like, hip hop is still there. What you seek, you shall find, man.
Yeah.
Like, people say, "Oh, ain't no backpack hip hop." Yes, there is. There's tons of it on the internet.
All over the place.
Tons of it in Fayetteville. Tons of dope rappers that got a message. For you to say it ain't there, it just shows me you ain't looking. You know what I mean? But you listen.
You don't even know what you're looking for.
You definitely got to hear some shit. You definitely got to sift through something you don't like, but you're going to find something you like. I guarantee you that.
So like, case
in point, research.
I got two daughters, right? One not really into music, and the other one was kind of into music. But like, I be trying to hip her to shit. She be like, nah, I ain't fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's generational disconnect, I guess, because dad likes it. It's not cool. You know what I mean? I get that. Because, the same way, but then later, like, I'll hear her playing some MF Doom in a room, you know what I'm saying? I'll hear her playing some shit. I was like, I was trying to tell you about that shit months ago, you know what I'm saying? He's like, if it doesn't come from me, if it comes from me, it's whack. But as long as
one thing about music is it's powerful when you find it yourself. You can't leave water, you know what I'm saying? You got the music, something you got to find. I've told my son forever. Now, my son's, he's 20, I'm about to be 20. huge J. Cole fan, you know, huge Kendrick fan. But there's other, you know, his favorite rapper is Juice, R.I.P. Juice. You know what I'm saying? He put
Juice
me on
from the battles
stuff.
from
I put him on the stuff. He put me on the stuff growing up. So you know what I'm saying? That's how it goes.
Yeah. I learned from them too, though. You're right. And that's where the connect need to be at, though. We need to, like, you know, respect the art form if it's valid. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, in our age, we got to be able to, like, guide them and not.
If it's valid is a huge statement.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. Like, we know trash when we see it, because the vibe that it gives us, like, man, this probably is not healthy, or this isn't, you know, this ain't it. You know what I mean?
Well, let's go with what you just said. We know trash when we see it, right? So we know trash when we see it. Haven't we been some kind of the old man get off my lawn with the trash kind of thing?
Absolutely.
You know, like and that's part of the blaming us, you know, like, get the fuck off my lawn, you whack rapper. You know what I'm saying? This is our we created hip hop. We made this shit,
bro. Yeah. Come on.
Hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure too.
Nah, trash is trash. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that treasure shit. Trash is goddamn high ass garbage.
I mean, he's right though. For the labels, it's their treasure, man. They're making a shit ton of
because we, of course, okay, we gonna argue this. Okay, I like to argue this argument. All right, people say, oh, the label, we allowed that. So if we stop allowing that, just stop copping that shit. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't consumed it. It ain't been for me. You can't blame me, bro. But I support. I definitely support, like, the cats I want to support. I make sure the money goes to them. Now, these mainstream cats, I don't really fuck with that. To me, man, celebrity to me is a cat in the ville that's doing it. That's motherfucking making it. There's plenty of celebrities right around me. I don't have to. My Tom Cruise, you know, he live on the east side. I don't fuck with Tom Cruise. You know what I'm saying? But hip hop, as far as the whole, like, if we're not talking about family hip hop as a whole, yeah, but I see it changing. I see it evolving into older cats game. Like, you look at what the production of the last few years of what the older heads been doing, and it's still phenomenal. And I don't see this generation of Weezy going anywhere. I think he'll be 50 dropping hot jewels. So I mean, I think that he'll take them with him.
Man, listen, when Tribe Called Quest came back a couple years ago, it was like they never left. You know,
they went home.
That album was so good. Yeah. Or when there's a lot of people that
Nas has been very Nas
last album. Busta Rhymes, so it's like it's like they never left. It's like they're still performing at that caliber. So, you know, it's all about.
I see more artists doing that, and you look right now, the hot artists, they're older. Like, Drake's in his mid-30s, man. Future's in his late 30s. Titty boy, man. Don't forget, never forget.
Okay, well, let's take it further, and I'm gonna start with Mr. J on this one. Can we do anything to bring the connection back between these generations, or is it kind of like a burnt bridge? Is it a burnt bridge?
No, it's all about networking. It's all about, you know, what you pass and about what you pass on to your family. Like DJ Illzee said, he's trying to instill some things in his kids. You know, my brother tries to do the same thing for his, you know, for my nephew. Just introduce them to different things. Some things land, some things don't. The biggest thing is don't take on the commercial argument. The commercial argument is usually there's always a generational disconnect. There's always going to be a generational disconnect. No, I mean, just like learning certain things that your parents told you years ago, you blew it off then. Once you get older, you're like, oh, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's that same way with music. Now I know now I know why you listen to this. Now I know why you listen to that. Why it's important. Why this lyricism, you know, connects. Why this storytelling connects. Why these beat connects. You know, I understand where it's coming from.
Z, we're gonna see a shift.
Man, what do you mean? What's the question?
Like
we're gonna move
a shift in the disconnect. Like a shift in the disconnect.
Yeah, listen, man. As real shit gets out of here, it's the only choice we need to come together with our families, our friends, and, like, you know, try to, like, be kinder to each other and work with each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm an optimist, so I'm hoping that we're gonna bridge the gap and that we're gonna, you know, work together to leave this place better than we found it. That's my everyday goal, is to like, go out in the streets or go out in the world and leave it better than I found it. You know what I'm saying? Or be able to like, that's it. Just be a positive, have some positive energy out there. But in hip hop, you do have to be able to express all aspects, man. Like all, if you're going through some shit, you need to talk about that shit. You know what I mean? Like if negativity is a part of life, like you can't just say everything has to be positive or everything has to be above ground. Hip hop is about being honest. That's the real shit. I like
that.
And I think being honest in your expression is gonna connect with more people and inspire more people to be honest. And if we all have honest conversations and be honest in our dealings, then we won't have so much strife and a lot of a lot of drama, a lot of negativity. We can kind of work that out. But we got violence in the streets, man. Still, Fayetteville is still fucking crazy. We still got a lot of wild shit going on. So you got to be cognizant of that, man. You got to know, like, when you're out there that, people are going through things, you know what I'm saying? And the shit that we put out and the shit that we create is helping to program these people. You know what I'm saying? It's either going to push them to the left or the right. You know what I mean? So just being aware, I think, is the main thing.
What you think, Face?
Well, I mean, speaking to the point of like the bridging the generational gap, I mean, why do we hold ourselves to such a different standard than, say, like other genres? Is what I'm saying. Like, if we're talking musically, I mean, we ain't talking about the culture. We ain't talking about breakdancing and DJing and graffiti and, the other elements of the culture, writing, the whole culture, the design, fashion. But what we talk about is music. So why do we hold ourselves to such a different standard than rock and roll, man? There can be subgenres and 17 different subgenres of hip hop. To me, that's the future. To me, we're just in the same place rock and roll was before it became, hair metal, then alternative. Now it's 17 different things. It's, we're just there. We're getting there, and it's painful because, it is what it is. But I think it's something for everybody. As far as bridging the gap, I mean, I like some new shit, but I rock with mostly old shit. Shit that I love. There's still dope shit in the 90s for kids to discover, dope shit in the 2000s, dope shit in the 80s. For people to discover if they never heard it. But there's also, a few jewels dropping every now and then now. Lesser and lesser to me because, we in that swing of, like my man said, like commercialism right now. But I mean, it all is a pendulum. Yeah. Everything come back to it'll be, on some militant type message in the next, cycle. But I mean, why do we have to bridge a generational gap is what I'm saying.
Right? I'm gonna tell you why.
Why can't they rock with them and we rock with what we rock?
I feel you. I understand exactly what you're saying. Like, it's not our, like, I was watching the
It's not my job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know why? Because from a historical purpose, if there's no gap being bridged, the older you get, the less people gonna remember you.
Nah, because kid, the white boys are listening to Nirvana, still listening to new rock and roll too.
That's rock and roll, man. We talking about hip hop now.
I listen to Rakim and I listen to Joyner Lucas though.
I got a point.
I listen to Dave Ludo from Fayetteville, and I listen to Guru and Premier every day, and I listen to, you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, when I say bridging the gap,
you ain't being reminded though. Like, you're not gonna keep going to the shows. You're not gonna keep
reminding cats of the Rolling Stones. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just making music, right? Like,
yeah. So check this out.
But they show they get back more. You know what I'm saying? They show more appreciation. They should pay more homage.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree.
Nah, we just had the whole 50th anniversary of hip hop. Like,
LL's on right now. I mean,
like. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've never seen this much love for old school rap ever in a year than this year.
They still mad.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I think should the old school get mad love? It's funny too because I was the whole Melly Mel situation.
Why they always bitching complaining?
We are an angry genre.
Said what?
Why is the old school always bitching and complaining about not getting?
Because for years they didn't get shit. You gotta understand, we killed our hip hop artists at 30 back in the day. We killed them at 30.
Though? I want to know who. I need to know who.
All these old folks be bitching and complaining about all these new cats, man.
I mean, like,
that's the commercialism. That's commercialism.
I show love, man. I don't really be bitching about the new cats. That's never even my. I'm not that cat. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you suck, you suck. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't give a fuck what area you from.
Okay, right. But like, listen, everything dies, man. Shit, like swing clubs, not really. Everything doesn't really die.
And if you can find relevance, hip hop is about relevance. Hip hop is the most relevant genre of all genres. It's about relevance. If you can still find relevance, you can still do it. I do think that there'll be older artists. Like I think Jay's in his 40s. He could drop a platinum record right now. Why not? Right?
Jay-Z, yeah.
Okay, so that's called trickle down effect. I mean, Drake when he's in his 40s, Drake would drop records. We drug it a little older guys because when we was coming out, cats was in their teens was killing it, right?
17,
and then in our generation, it was more mid-20s. And then it was the 30s. And now look, so I mean, I think that in another generation, it'll be all of them. 20s, 30s, 40s. You don't know. When motherfuckers drop shit, they might go platinum, bitch.
Yeah, it's anybody's game. It's anybody's game.
I feel like that.
It's not like football or baseball, you know what I'm saying? You can't get an injury and stop rapping. I mean,
and I feel like you can do like Scoob's doing and go a genre, like go boom bap, and then make your whole shit in that genre. Like I think you'll be able to go horrorcore or straight this or that, and you'll be able to make your money anywhere you decide. Just like
look how Yachty's last album took out, and that was like Lil Yachty's album was like alternative rap. It was like some whole other shit. But
hey, I don't mean to say this, guys, and maybe I'm wrong for this because we can cut this out, but if we live in the Fayettenam, we should, I think, really trying to focus a little bit on the Fayettenam scene. I may be wrong. We can invoke national cats, but I don't want the whole show. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'll just be like, I'm wrong. I don't mean that.
That's cool. I get it. I just need to know more about it. I don't be in this scene like that. Other than
you don't want me talking about Fayettenam artists every Friday because I'm not gonna have nothing nice to say about a lot of them.
Well, that's part of the good shit, though, man. I got nothing to say about you, man.
Like Fridays at Marley's is ladies' night, and that's where I'll be going after I leave here, man, from 8 to 2 a.m. every Friday at Marley's on Yadkin. Yeah. So come out, get some spinning.
What you spinning?
Hey,
man, so I try to read the room. It depends on the crowd. I try to communicate. I'll be like, listen, tell me what you want to hear, and I'll play that. But look at these grays in my beard. I'm playing what I want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see, you're going to hear some shit from the 80s with this. You're going to hear some 90s shit with this. So, if you want something else, let me know. But I know what I'm good at. I know how to, you know what I'm saying? I know what I like. So I usually play like, I start off usually on like a Soul Train vibe, you know what I mean? On some like 80s, 90s R&B shit. Because it's ladies' night. And I play new R&B. But if it's like empty, like when I first start, then I usually just go in on whatever the fuck, like Larry June and just all types of shit. So, it is what it is, man. Y'all should come out, you know what I'm saying? I stop through whenever. But it's every Friday. Yadkin Road.
And what's that spot located?
I'll be there tomorrow night too, because I'm covering for Camp Cutter.
Where's that spot located?
Charlotte or something. Yeah.
Where's the spot located?
So what?
Where's it located?
It's on Yadkin Road across the street from Dragon's Lair. Okay. So you gotta be from Fayetteville to know where that's at.
Oh hell yeah, I know where it's that's right in the thick of it.
Put it in the waves.
If you're old enough, it used to be sporty.
Over there by the poker house.
Yeah, it's the poker house. Yeah. Right. Papa Doc's, George's, Rookies, that area over there.
Hey, so shout out to Dragon's Lair because I've been going there since I was like 10. The same cat, same Asian dude, rock and roll dude. He's still there rocking, yo.
They got his band. What's the band? Fear State, because I follow him. They got a rock
that's
band.
right. Yeah. Shout out to Fear State. I follow him too, man. That's dope for him. He played there, but he had a packed house like a week ago on a live show I saw him at. But shout out to him. I still go there and cop my kid. You know, I cop my kid comics all through the years there. That's dope, man.
Yeah, I gotta go back. My spot used to be Coin Exchange.
He got a lot of dope memorabilia now, and he offshoots. You know, he does different shit in there, them Funko, whatever pops and shit like that.
Yeah. That's the shit. Yep. But yeah, you remember Coin Exchange on at Ponderosa Shopping Center? Yeah, that was Art Comic Book Store. That was it. I used to walk the Dragon's Lair every now and then, but right there at Ponderosa was the spot. Garbage Pail Kids and shit. That was my jam. Used to get collect those and comics and shit. Yep.
All right, so you got to roll, you said, right?
Say what?
You said you got to roll?
Oh, yeah, man. Let me get out of here, bro. Let me get ready for work, man. But I'd love to continue the conversation next Friday. Illzee signing out. Peace.
Right.
Peace.
One.
All right, so then there was 3. All right, so you want to talk Fayetteville. Well, let's talk about Fayetteville disconnect. Like, there's no...
Well, hang on. Well, let me pour me a shot. Let me pour me a shot right quick. 2 seconds. Hang on. Watch this.
Let me change this layout so I can see Mr. J's face.
Mr. J!
Oh, and they got us... You can't see us, and neither one is there. Let's take the layout out. Let's go with this one.
So, I'll get rid of that.
What, Mr. J, you originally from Fayetteville?
You know, I've been around here for a long time. I was born in, Jersey. So,
okay.
I've been out here 20-some.
Yeah, I guess it's...
Mr. J.
Been